The story from the project, innocent black man. Let me be clear. Damn, man. The story from the project, innocent black man.
What up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Small Account Challenge. Today is day number 100. That's right, y'all. 100 days of this Small Account Challenge. If you've been here for a while, give yourself a round of applause and a pat on the back, because I remember heard a profitable trader say that. I think his name was Aristotle. He said, if you don't quit, you will win. Just look at your account from where it was and where it is now. That means you and we have a profitable strategy. The only thing we need not to do, and I spoke to a number of traders yesterday, is go back to levels that we passed. And the way we're going to stop that, the guardrails. Use the guardrails, because not every trade is going to go in our favor. Our emotions going to get the best of us. So what takes that out of our hands? The guardrails. Anyway, y'all, we pulled out a green day, and I'm going to tell you exactly how we pulled it off on day 100. And today, midday market recap. All right, y'all, let's go over the trades from this morning. Oh, man, I tell you, today we was trying to get in our bag, and we did what we needed to do. I'm gonna tell you though, I remember heard one of the guys I like to watch on YouTube. He said, in some of them heavy volume stocks, there's manipulation, and boy, did I see that. And I'm gonna tell you what it was on my last trade. Boy, manipulation happens in this game, so you got to be ready for it. Anyway, our first trade of the day was on SPY to the downside. This one we won on. All right, here we go. I stayed at SPY all day today because I ain't trust Meta. Sometimes Meta be doing some funky stuff without a lot of energy. Okay, 935 to the downside. Okay, at 930, when this candle closes, the one that starts the market at 930, it's a red candle. The very next candle is a green candle, but I noticed that it's coming up to the moving average, and sometimes these act like a good line of resistance. That's what happened at 935. As it closed, I jumped in, rolled it down, but I also added a contract at 936 on this candle, because I did see that we had a good enough downward pressure, so I added at 936 and 26, and I got out at 936 and 52 to start our day off right. Our first green trade of the day. You know, I've said it over and over, and you might feel the same. You like for your first trade to be a green trade, because then it's up to you to decide, is today going to be a red day? Because it's already a green day. And I feel like if it's a good enough trade, now you're sitting in the driver's seat. Plus, if you have a good enough gains, you can go in the guardrails with all your trades after that and have really tight stops. And if you lose too much, you still walk away green. Anyway, our next trade was on SPY to the upside at 940. This one we won on. And of course, you know, I'm going with the guardrails. 940. Okay, as this candle closes at 940, I jumped into this to the upside. After that lower wick on the 935 candle, the one that closes at 940, with that lower wick, let me know that the bids are starting to push it back up. So I jumped in, voted up at 940. I added at 942, and we was able to get out at 950 for a win. I was like, all right, y'all, woo, here we go. We sitting nice now. We sitting nice. Like I said, we got 2 green trades back to back. And now let's see what we need to do. Our next trade we lost on. I said, dang, I've noticed that quite often. My first 2 trades, my accuracy is like 80-85%, almost 90. And after that, it begins to fade to the black, like Jay-Z album. Anyway, all right, cool. 950 to the downside. Okay, the candle that closes at 945 was the green candle. As it comes up to, you can see the upper wick, it actually touches the 200-day moving average. I'm telling you, if you don't do anything, learn to read the chart. Somebody asked me yesterday about learning and training and all that. I said I'm gonna put some videos together for beginners, because if you learn how to do that, the market does become a little bit more clear and more simple. Anyway, 950, we going to the downside. I'm thinking that the 200 is gonna act like a good line of resistance. It does not. It goes against me. It keeps going. And what do? We have to stop out at 951. I'm not taking no chances. We stop out and we take a loss on that trade. We still green, but we gave back some of the profits. Cool. Then the very next trade, we lost again at 952 to the upside. Now I'm thinking it's going to the upside, but now I'm kind of what? Chasing. You don't want to chase stocks, but emotions get the best of you. But I'm still going with the guardrails just in case it go against me. 952. On that candle that closes at 950, we jump over to the next candle. I'm thinking it's going to continue squeezing up. We jump in at 952. 953 I add because when it gets me to bring my cost basis down. And at 957 in 4 seconds, it goes against me, and I have to get out because I wanted it to the upside, and it really started reverse. For some reason, it kind of hit this resistance at 570 606, something close to the pre-market high. I should have recognized that. Wasn't paying attention. So now we pretty much we still green, but not where we was originally. But the next two trades, we got them back, and this is how we finished the day. All right, the next trade was on SPY to the downside at 9:57 and 50 seconds. Now, remember, I got out of that last trade before that at 9:57 and 4 seconds. I saw the downward pressure was heavy. I waited to make sure it would break through the 200. It did. I jumped in 9:57 and 50 seconds. It's still going down. Before the candle closes at 9:59, I add because now I feel I got some support from that 200 on it going back up. I don't think it's going back up. So I add, and at 10 o'clock as the candle closes, I get out because I don't want to lose the profit. So now we back almost to where we was in the beginning of the morning. I said, cool. Like I said, before we get jammed up, let's see if we could get into one more trade and be done for the day. Now, let me tell you how manipulation happens in this market, okay? It's my last trade at 10:47. All right, let's move on over. All right, cool. The 10:30 candle is a heavy, the candle that closes at 10:35 is a heavy red candle downward pressure. I'm like, all right, cool, this is heavy right now. 10:40, same thing, downward pressure. It's on the very next candle. The one that closes at 10:45, I noticed that the bulls are starting to step in. But because this candle, to me, it doesn't really overtake the previous candle, I think the bears are still in control. Let me tell you what happens, y'all. At 10:40, on the candle that closes at 10:50, opens up at 10:45, this bad boy opens up, and the way it was moving before I get there, it was kind of twittering, like, and out of nowhere, it flushes up, like, it's like a bunch of bulls or heavy buyers steps in, and they probably was waiting for that move. I'm like, OMG. So now that takes the account immediately from green to red because it was a flush up. But I remember when I was learning not too long ago, I remember hearing someone say, I think it was Aristotle, never go full size. This is the reason why you don't go full size, because it helps you bring down your cost basis if you need to recover the trade. So as it hits that moving average at 10:49, I add. I'm like, all right, cool. With that kind of flush, people are going to take profits, and it got to come back down. I add, and it starts coming back down. I add again at 10:51. It's coming back down, and it flushes all the way down, recovers our loss because it was so much energy, so much volume, and it pops us back to where we needed to be. To something, I think it was about $50 on the day. Hit the profit target, the lower one, which is 2 point maybe, something like that. Anyway, that's how we finished the day on day 100. I tell you, y'all, as we climb through this next level, which is the $1,900 level we just got here, it's strange to me how one level, it can take you a minute to get through that level. But the next level, you can breeze through. Like one more green trade at this level, and we're done with 1900. It's insane, man. But the market is like that. Anyway, y'all, I hope y'all have a great weekend. And we'll be back at this Monday for Money Mondays for day number 101. All right, y'all. Peace.